Hello. We've received many requests for a comparison of the Fellowes Lotus to the Victor DCX760 desk converters. This video will show you the main differences between the two. There are three main subjects I'd like to cover in this comparison. First, stability. Second, usable workspace. And third, monitor placement. Let's start with a review of the design and function. First, the Fellowes Lotus. As you can see, there's a handle on each side. When you pull the handle, you're able to push the product down or let the product back up. There's about a 12.5-inch distance between the front and the handles, so you have to lean into it a little bit. And as you might be able to hear, there's springs hidden inside the product that provide the resistance to your pushing down and help you pull it up. And then last of all, there's a nice angle here between the top and the bottom, sort of an angled approach to a two-tier design. Mechanical springs have no dampening. Therefore, Fellowes puts a sticker on the Lotus that states a minimum of 10 pounds of accessories must be on the product for safe operation. Victor has no such requirement. The Victor DCX760 also operates with handles on each side, so as I pull them up, I can push the product down and then pull it back up as well. And there's 10 inches between the front of the product and the handles, so you don't have to lean over as much. And it also has a two-tier design, as you can see. Tray down here, desk surface up here. And then last of all, it has two gas springs to assist in the movement. By stability, I mean the amount of shaking, vibrations, or tilting during use. Let's start with the Fellowes Lotus and see what we think of this one. So I'm going to go ahead and push it down. And as you can see, there's a little bit of shaking down at the bottom. And I think Fellowes must have known about this because they provide some Velcro stickers for you to apply to the bottom of your monitor stand. The rear of the product is not firmly positioned. When I push here, you can see a bouncing effect. When the Lotus is moved to the standing position, a different kind of instability is noticed. As you can see, with a light amount of force, the product tends to bend quite a bit. And you definitely don't want to lean on this product because it begins to tilt. Now let's take a look at the Victor. When the product is moved to the sitting position, everything remains in place, no vibration or shaking. The rear of the product is firm, no bouncing. The Victor remains stable at the highest position. In fact, if you're a leaner like me, you can safely rest your elbow on the edge of the desk and feel secure. The next subject is usable workspace, and by that I mean the space you have for your keyboard, your mouse, and all the other things that you use in your daily work, such as your phone, your papers, your pens, your stapler, those kind of things. And I can tell you, after years of standing at a desk, you really need these things up with at your working level because you don't want to be reaching down all the time to get them. Let's start with the Fellowes Lotus. The usable area of the keyboard tray is 31 inches wide by 11 inches deep. Plenty of room for your keyboard, your mouse, and your wrist pad. The angled edge makes a great resting place for tablets, small notepads, phones, and you can do your writing on things like this, although it is a little hard to write down here and also up here because the support is a little short. However, there is some difficulty using this with flimsy items like single sheets of paper because they tend to bend over the arch. The top surface is fairly small, about 230 square inches total. And as you can see in this configuration, there's really not a lot of room to put other items up on the top shelf. The DCX760 also has a large keyboard tray, 34 inches wide by 13.5 inches deep. There's 2.5 inches more depth than the Fellowes. That comes in handy if you're the kind of person that really likes to put your keyboard tray up toward the front so you can rest your wrists or your arms. Another thing Victor does is the Victor has two slots here. One that you can put your phone or your tablet in, and then a second one for a writing utensil. The top surface is very large, about 760 square inches. This is 3.3 times more room than the Fellowes Lotus. And as you can see, you can fit a lot of items on top of this surface. The last subject is monitor placement. The Fellowes Lotus gives you 8 inches of depth for your computer and or your monitor. For the best ergonomics, we strongly suggest that you put your monitor so that the top of the screen is at eye level and the rest of the monitor is lower. You'll find that to be the most comfortable. Now, as you can see, this monitor is too low for me, and that will be true for most people. So we strongly suggest that you use a monitor arm. Most monitor arms either have a clamp for attachment to the back of the surface, or there's a hole and a bolt will go through that hole and go into the monitor arm and attach it that way. As you can see, the Fellowes Lotus has some material here that prevents you from using a monitor arm with a clamp. So therefore, the Fellowes Lotus does not accept clamp-mounted monitor arms. The Fellowes does have a hole through which you can put a bolt-mounted monitor arm. However, this monitor bolt, which has a little bit of shape to it, will not work because there's not enough room to turn it. You can see I can't get it straight. And what that effectively means is that you have to use Fellowes monitor arms with this product. They have two versions, a single and a dual monitor arm. One last point to make about monitor arms in the Fellowes. You can definitely put their monitor arm here in the center. But if you want to, for instance, have one monitor over here with a monitor arm and then your notebook computer over here, it's not possible in this product because it does not accept a clamp-mounted monitor arm. So in reality, you have one place to put that monitor arm. The rear of the Victor desk is wide open. As you can see, you can put a clamp-mounted monitor arm anywhere from here all the way across to here very easily. The through hole has plenty of room for large tightening knobs, whether they're from Victor, Fellowes, or any other brand. It accepts virtually any monitor arm. And as you can see, you push it right through, and I can turn that very easily. Victor also has DC002, which is a monitor arm that has both dual and single monitor capabilities at a cost that is typically less than Fellowes. In summary, compared to the Fellowes Lotus, the Victor DCX760 provides better stability, more usable space, and better monitor placement. They're both great products, but I'm sure you'll agree the Victor provides better function and value.